So there was a lady who contacted me recently, African American lady, who claimed to know me from the past. I personally did not remember her from the past at all. She really was very forward and very open about her attraction towards me. She liked the way that I expressed myself on my social media. She, enjoyed the things that I posted, and she insisted on telling me that she was turned on by the things that I was expressing. I let her know I was flattered and I was very open with having a discussion with her when I could. But I still was not sure if I knew her from the past. She seemed to know me from the past. I still, to this day, don't, I don't, and this has just happened yesterday. This is somebody who contacted me out of the blue yesterday. Anyway, as we started progressing in our chat, off and on, she asked me about myself, and I was very open. I told her my different interests: motorcycles, reading, relationship with God, all these sort of things. But then I also mentioned that I was, eyeing, paying attention to a particular lady on my Instagram that was very lovely. I was just, and I kind of was open to her, like, this is woman's into fitness or something like that. She's a Latin lady, really nice lady. And I think once she heard Latin woman, she immediately took it not only as rejection, but she took it as, maybe I hate myself because I'm interested in somebody of another culture and all these other things. And I guess that's sort of what I want to talk about, because after that, she started insulting me, that, no one's going to like somebody crispy like me. She also insisted that, I wasn't very attractive, that although she was black and she was close to my complexion, she was slightly lighter. So she suggested that she was more attractive, sort of implied it. And then on top of that, she insisted on this is why I'm single. So I can tell she was disappointed and she was hurt because she felt rejected. And, and it's very interesting because usually we hear stories of guys responding this way and not really the stories of ladies responding this way. But lo and behold, it happens. But I guess I just want to remind us, people, all of you, my friends and family out there, is that it doesn't matter what culture you are. Everyone is entitled to your own preferences. I personally think every woman is made in the image of God and is beautiful in their own way. So I'm open to all cultures. I'm receptive to all cultures. And I think personally, this is just my opinion, I think that a person that only focuses on people in their own culture is really restricting themselves when you got 7 billion people in the world. There's so many opportunities to connect with people who you can learn from their cultures, from their perspectives, from their, backgrounds. But if you prefer to date somebody of your own culture, then that's fine. You're entitled to that. You have every right to do that. That's perfectly fine. So it's not something that we should demonize and we should characterize as something bad. If we have preferences, if a person has preferences, our neighbor, our friends, our family, that's fine. Life goes on. And even if you're interested in somebody and they have different preferences, leave them alone and just go and find somebody else. There's 7 billion people in the world. You're going to find somebody. You're going to find somebody. But leave people alone and let's stop insulting people just because they're not interested in us. Now, I'll be honest with you, I consider myself a quality guy, and any lady who rejects me, I think they're not thinking completely straight. I'll be honest with you. But I also know that life goes on. I know that I can move on. I know that the lady, there's a possibility she's going to find a great guy. So, hey, go do that. But to insult people, to put them down, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. It's not mature, and it's really a display of insecurity and low character. So it's just something to keep in mind. Please just do not insult anybody just because they're not interested in you. There are people that are going to find you interesting. There's always people who like, have preferences for us. I'll be completely transparent. I was hanging out with a female friend of mine recently, lady that's, come almost 50 years old, very accomplished. She's in the law field, doing very well for herself, and she put it out on the table that she was interested in me romantically. And if I was to ask her out, uh, take the opportunity to oblige. Now, I'm not attracted to her physically, but here's a lady who, her backyard, and I went to her house before with her family, a barbecue, and her backyard looks like a small park. It's big. She's in a nice city and all that stuff in California, doing very well for herself. She's not my culture. But it's something that's very flattering. It's nice to see that opportunity is available, and there's people who can see a quality guy. I mean, I can't. I want to be humble, but also I want to recognize that yes, I do feel like I do have something sustainable to offer. In a relationship, and so yeah, it's nice to see that this seasoned woman who has seen the worst in life recognizes a stable, emotional, stable guy that she can rely on. She's willing to trust. And I was flattered, but I don't think I'm going to oblige. I don't see her as my type either. But I was very, you know, very flattered. But yeah, let's just be open and let's not demonize people just because they have their own preferences. So what? So what? That doesn't affect you. It doesn't matter if you're friends or family or they rejected you. There's other people in the world. Just find somebody else. But stop. Let's stop. Being crappy towards each other when it comes to this. I think that it's beautiful when people connect together and they're not the same culture, and I think it's beautiful when people are the same culture and they connect together. I think it's beautiful either way. So let's just move on, especially in the black community. I feel like we have a lot of insecurities where we immediately demonize people for, being open to dating and connecting with somebody of another culture when we don't have to do that. Life can go on and we can live our lives and leave them alone. All right. God bless you guys. Take care.